Good evening to you, everyone, and welcome tonight to the July 4th extravaganza. Happy Independence Day to you that are here in America, and for those of you around the world that have congratulated America today, very much appreciated. It is the Independence Day celebration, and I'm sure a little bit later, it's 9 o'clock Eastern here, a few minutes after 9 Eastern on the East Coast, 6 o'clock out west, 4 a.m. in Ukraine. So thank you guys for being here. We have a full update for you, but it's going to be concise, going to be quick, because I know many are celebrating with family, celebrating with friends. You may be watching this later on demand, but we do not miss. This is day 131 in the war, and we want to jump right to it. So happy Independence Day to you all, and you do not want to miss. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss the end of this update. I promise you, this will be the best thing you've seen all day. Trust me. We're going to start right here. We've been following this map of updates over the last 8 days now. 8 successive days, there have been different strike zones in Ukraine that are key, starting with, of course, Kyiv and Zhytomyr, then down to Mykolaiv, and up to Kremenchuk, down to Odessa, up to Sumy, down to Kryvyi Rog. Well, over the last 24 hours, the hot spot has been, unfortunately, Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. These are going to be 2 key cities that we're going to be talking about for the next few weeks. In fact, we've been talking about them for months, stating that these would be long-term goals for Russia. And unfortunately, we are there now, where the upcoming battles for Slavyansk and Kramatorsk probably could be the biggest battles of this war. These are not small cities. In fact, tonight I'm going to give you a little bit of detail on that. But before we do that, let's look. It was just a couple of days ago, before Lysychansk fell, that Ukraine was controlling this territory. Now, I know you can't read this unless you read the language, but to the far right in the red box, it does say Lysychansk. That is the city of Lysychansk, where Ukraine had to withdraw. It is completely under the occupation now of Russia. And beyond that, they have actually pushed even more west over the last 24 hours. And unfortunately, getting closer to the town of Severodonetsk. And that would be where we, with Zhenya and the guys, were delivering the humanitarian aid just a few days ago. I know it's difficult sometimes to look at these maps and to get understanding of how far away is it. Well, I thought about that today in preparation. So the front line from Severodonetsk, when they were fighting in Lysychansk, it was 18 miles as the crow flies. Now, over the last 48 hours, the front line has moved to within 7 miles of Severodonetsk there. And on the north side, coming down from Liman, coming down from Izum into Severodonetsk, The front line's only 3 miles. So we can see that little town is becoming surrounded. And of course, we will be staying on top of it. But that is the latest update. Unfortunately, we have to say they are getting closer there. Now, with some of the targets that are coming up, it's going to be the Battle of Slavyansk and it's going to be the Battle of Kramatorsk. We have talked about these cities. In fact, you can remember, I think it was on, I could be wrong, on day 50 of the war, when the missile strike at the Kramatorsk Railway killed so many people. And the missiles, it was written Zadeti, or meaning for the children. It's a long time ago, folks, and here we are now approaching the Battle of Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. I want you to understand in your minds, these are not small cities. I know I repeat it all the time, but it's a fact, and we need to understand that. Slavyansk, just a city that's 23 square miles, 106,000 population, and it is a key rail and transport center in that region. There is a picture right there of downtown Slavyansk. These are not small cities. Now, of course, there is not 106,000 people there now, although there are thousands and thousands and thousands. They have not left. Some have, but that is the size of Slavyansk. Now, let's go to Kramatorsk. There is the central square of Kramatorsk. I have been right on that square many, many, many times. It is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see that sprawling city there. 45 square miles is the size of Kramatorsk. Population, 175,000. And here's something interesting. 70% of the people that are citizens of Kramatorsk speak Russian. They're Russian language speakers. In fact, every time I'm there, it's all Russian. You would never hear the Ukrainian language, but it was Ukraine. It's not about the language. It's about the homeland. Listen, here even in America, we all speak English, but up north, down south, out west, and up northeast, it's completely different jargon, and sometimes it sounds like a different language. It's not about the language. It's about being one nation in one country, and that's what Ukraine is. Doesn't matter the language. It's their territory, their land, and their country. Kramatorsk, major mining, industrial zone, and military center. So between these two cities, you're looking at about 300,000 people. They are sister cities, and just Slavyansk, a little bit north of Kramatorsk. I've been both of these cities quite a few times, and honestly, if they level Kramatorsk like they have done to Severodonetsk, I won't even know how to understand it, because this is a city I've spent a lot of time in. Now, with that said, I want to give you a look. We got some video out of Severodonetsk. I know it's fallen, it's gone, it's under Russian control, but we were able to get some video out. And this is the intention. This is what the Russian war machine does.
Військова служба за контрактом. Захисники його.
We saw one man riding his bicycle quickly to get out of the street, and the one vehicle moving. Vehicles just in the road with doors open. We've been trying to tell the world this is what's happening. You know, Zhenya has said it many times. It's not just Severodonetsk. It's not just Mariupol. These cities are leveled. And unfortunately now, Russia controls all of the Lugansk region. It's a tragedy, folks. And it has to stop. Now, I want to give you an update. How about some good news today? Snake Island, Ethanasha. I'll translate that for you. It's ours, Ethanasha. The Ukrainian flag is once again flying on Snake Island. They are in control. And it's actually not only a moral victory, they were able to wipe out quite a bit of Russian munitions. Likewise, it's strategic for some control of that Black Sea. So very, very important, and we can confirm with you that Snake Island is absolutely under the control of Ukraine. Number 4, Mikhail Podolyak. Out of the president's office, you've got your main players, Zelensky, Podolyak, Kuleba. Podolyak came out today and said gas blackmailing, prices rising, migration crisis, cyber attacks, and propaganda, similar to what he said yesterday, but a little deeper today. He said each element is a part of a bigger picture from Putin's point of view. He is already having the war with Europe. Many EU leaders understand this. Others should rather say goodbye to their dangerous illusions. Let me interpret. Russia is already at war with Ukraine and with bullets, with missiles, but Russia is also already at war with Europe. It's with money, it's with economics, it's with propaganda, it's with cyber. The bullets aren't flying yet in Europe, but if Russia is not stopped in Ukraine, they very well will be flying in Europe very, very soon. Putin is not going to back down. In fact, there were some interesting things that happened today. This first I want to give you. So we go from odd news to good news back to odd ones. HIMARS, we've been keeping you updated on those. And I know many people watching, we don't even know what a HIMARS is, but we've learned over the duration of this war. Well, they're not only there, showed you that picture last night, but here's some footage from last night. I know a lot of our military guys in here like to see that. Our veterans are active servicemen. They're there. How many? We learned that last night. There are 3 there. 3 more ready to be deployed. But the 3 that are there, they're being used. That was actually footage from last night doing their job. Now, I want to move on to the next thing. Russia today, for the first time ever, declined to congratulate the United States for July the 4th. I know this seems picky, but Podolyak came out and said, listen, Europe, you don't understand. Russia's already at war with you. Even during the time of the Cold War, with people such as Khrushchev and Brezhnev, Yeltsin, Gorbachev, the United States, even during the Cold War, was congratulated. It's an honorary thing. You don't have to mean it, but in the Russian culture, you congratulate with joy and with a hope for a better future, and we celebrate your birthday. That is culture. Today, for the first time ever, Russia not only did not congratulate America, but Peskov made a statement out of the Kremlin and said, we are sorry, but for the first time, we will be unable to congratulate America on their birthday because we are ideologically opposed. We are on completely different stages, and they are in full support of a war that is in direct opposition to truth and reality. Therefore, no congratulation from Russia. Excuse me, but I'm going to wipe my tear away. I'm so sad. It's terrible. But you have to learn something from it. If you think that that is just symbolic, I'm sorry, but you're mistaken. It's not just symbolic. That is a powerful statement to the future of this war. If you are hoping that Putin is going to back down, forget it. If you're hoping, oh, they're just going to finish off Donetsk and go home, forget it. They are in for the long term. This is the life history-making moment for Vladimir Putin, and he will not back down. And just what you would consider to be, oh, that's a little picky jab right there. Russia not congratulating America? I know we may look and see and say, don't worry about that. But in Russia, that's big time. It's no joke to them. It's very, very serious. We're going to talk about that joke for a couple of last moments. I'm going to show you a couple of things tonight. First of all, this is an updated poll out of Russia, and I will translate it for you. So you have here a poll of different age groups, and the age groups are showing their support or lack of support for the war in Ukraine. So the top category there, Sego, is everybody altogether. The dark blue on the left is absolutely yes. The light blue, mostly yes. The orange, mostly not. The red, absolutely not. The gray, no opinion, undecided. So we take the two blues and we add them up. 47 plus 28, 71% of Russians support the war in Ukraine. 18 to 24-year-olds is underneath that. 55% support. 25 to 39-year-olds, 69%. 40 to 54-year-olds, 74%. And of course, 55 and older, 55 and over, 57 plus 26, 77, 83%. You see, much of the older generation, they are pensioners. And what that means is they're on a very fixed income. I'm going to teach you something else about Russian culture tonight. They watch a lot of TV. And what are they watching? Propaganda 24/7. In fact, I'm going to show you a little clip right now of some of the propaganda where on our birthday, we're the poor Americans. And I really hope that Putin will save the poor Americans.
Мне так жалко американцев. Прямо я не знаю, бедные люди рабочие. Их лишили всего. Их ни за что там считают.
Не плачьте, все будет хорошо. Обязательно Путин поможет. Он всем помогает и американцам поможет.
Ну, мы надеемся.
Да.
Женщина,
Он
нельзя так
как-то-
расстраиваться.
Да.
Не надо так расстраиваться.
Да, все
Сам же
будет
так вот
хорошо.
смотришь по телевизору, прям сижу и плачу. Мне так
И жалко.
жалко.
Да, правда. Все будет.
Everything's going to be okay. Well, I just sit there crying, watching TV all day. I feel so sorry for the Americans. Don't worry, honey. Putin will take care of everything. I know that you're sitting there tonight going, okay, PG, you had that made up. That's fake. It's not made up and it's not fake. That is reality. These people really believe that America is poor, that America is suffering, that America is being devastated, and that Putin is not only the savior of Ukraine, the liberator, the savior of Europe, the savior of America, but the savior of the world. I'm showing you the inside look today, July 4th, 2022, the birthday of America, our great country. We're going to be saved by Putin. Now, I know it's a little humorous, a little funny, but the power of propaganda is real. Tonight, before I get to the last thing, I'm going to show you one more piece here. You see, to much of the world, this is a joke. To much of Russia, this is a joke. To many world leaders, this is a joke. And I use that term lightly, but I'm here to remind you on July the 4th, 2022, that thousands upon thousands of Ukrainians are being erased. They're starving. They have little to no water. Disease is rampant in many of the occupied places. People are being tortured. People are being stolen. People are being put in filtration camps. It's not a joke. But unfortunately, there are those that consider it a joke. In fact, let me show you tonight how much it's not a joke. Here's some video out of Mariupol. When? Today, July the 4th, 2022. No sound. No sound. No water. That's not a joke for the citizens of Mariupol. It's not a joke for the Ukrainian army trying to liberate their territory. It's not a joke for the people like you and I that are doing our best to support the war effort in Ukraine. But you see, the Russian forces will take everything and make it a joke. I know probably 7 or 8 times I've shown you a video of Kadyrov, the Chechen. Don, remember? Well, today, on July the 4th, 2022, America's birthday, where Ukraine does congratulate America. I'm going to show you that in just a second. The Kadyrites, the Chechens, released a parody video. Now, I want to make this very, very, very clear. This is fake. Please hear me again. This is fake. But Kadyrov, who is in the video, is not fake. And the spreading of this message is not fake. Kadyrov and the Chechens, who are erasing many Ukrainians, the act of genocide in partnership with Russia, makes a joke of Ukraine today on July the 4th, America's birthday. All the help we're giving them, this is what they do.
Шановні громадяни, я, чинний президент України, Верховний Головнокомандувач Збройних сил, погоджусь на безстяжну капітуляцію всіх наших Збройних сил на суші, на морі та в повітрі, а також усіх сил, які зараз перебувають под українським командуванням. Гарантую здійснення повної демілітаризації та денацифікації України протягом місяця з дня підписання акта капітуляції. Негайно! И третье. Ахмат, сила же, верно?
Мы же доказали это. Конечно, верно, Ахмат силу дал.
Так и подпишем.
Давно надо было. Что-то опоздал.
I hope, guys, being here 131 days, that we have been able to teach you some of the culture so you can understand this war a little better. That was Kadyrov, and that was quite a clone of Zelensky. But that was a fake parody, but it's pushing a message out. That was not a fake of Kadyrov. I want to remind you, that's the president of Chechnya, playing games while Ukrainians are being erased. That is not just some major in their army. It's the president of Chechnya. Well, there's coming a day he better get ready to meet Jesus, and a Ahmad is going to have nothing to do with it because his time's coming. I'm telling you. Unbelievable. Ukrainians being erased, and we make jokes. To conclude tonight, I wanted to be quick and under 30 minutes on this 4th of July. Once again, happy 4th of July to all of you. Many people ask me, Greg, why do you support Ukraine so much? I mean, we know you've worked there for so many years. You've spent so much of your life there. Why do you support? Why 131 days you've not taken a break? Why? I can tell you why. Because they're my brothers and my sisters. And you, dear friends, if you were in the same situation and we had a long-term relationship and decades of investment, I wouldn't turn my back on you either. And you know what's really good? As goofy as America is right now, and as strange as our 4th of July is, it feels really strange. We still live in the greatest nation on the planet. And today, while Kadyrov is making jokes, while Vladimir Putin is saying things like this.
Подразделения, принимавшие участие в активных боевых действиях и добившиеся успеха, победы на Луганском направлении, безусловно, должны отдохнуть, нарастить свои боевые возможности, а другие воинские соединения, включая и группировку «Восток», группировку «Запад», должны выполнять свои задачи по ранее утвержденным планам, по единому замыслу. И надеюсь, что все будет на их направлениях происходить так же, как и на Луганском происходило до настоящего времени.
On the day when Putin is celebrating the victory of not only Lysychansk, but the Lugansk Oblast region, and sitting there with Shoigu and telling him, listen, this is my plans. You do what I tell you. You need to rest those guys up, move the south and east a little more. On the 4th of July, on the day that Russia decides for the first time not to congratulate America, on the day that Kadyrov and the Chechens put out the parody about Zelensky and the surrender of Ukraine. On that day, instead of Ukraine screaming at Russia and screaming at Chechnya, screaming at the rest of the world, what does Ukraine do? Ukraine congratulates their friend America on this 4th of July. My dear friends, 29 minutes into this broadcast, you're going to be glad you hung around for this. Happy 4th of July to you, America, from Ukraine.
By the dawn's early light. Dear American friends, we appreciate all the support we receive from the United States, and today we sincerely wish you Happy Independence Day.
You can pick up your false teeth off the floor or your drink you just dropped. If you ever wonder why I support Ukraine the way I do, that's why. On the day that Russia decides not to congratulate America, that absolutely was the Ukraine national military band. That was in Kyiv. I've been on that very hill. That was done during this season for our nation as a gift. The only thing that would have made that better, it's two things that are strange. The best national anthem we're going to hear all day, and I love America, and I'm thankful for our country, is going to come from Ukraine today. You're not going to hear a better one than that. Secondly, the only thing that could have made that national anthem better is when they came to that final rallentando and the crescendo of the last few bars. Would have been some F-35s and some stealth bombers coming overhead for a flyby and just going over to the east and end this in about 5 minutes. That's what would have made it the ultimate. But Ukraine, thank you for that gift. It's well appreciated and well accepted. Happy birthday, America. That's day 131 in the books. Be blessed. You make sure you share this one. I also put that national anthem up as a short on the YouTube channel. That needs to be shared. It's unbelievable and very much appreciated. Tomorrow, Zhenya back with me on day 132. May the Lord bless you. Peace upon you. Happy birthday, America, and peace to Ukraine. Good night. See you in 23 hours.